There's a famous story, a children's story that you will all know. And it is on point with my topic of human resilience and family resilience and building really strong frameworks for rigorous and strong families to prepare and withstand external and internal adversities. So I'm going to put that down. I want you to guess this story. And I'm going to read a short passage here. And I expect everyone to put up their hand because I think it's a fairly obvious one. David down the back. Jay Hughes is an American family advisor who has been working with family businesses all around the world, strengthening their family resilient muscles. He's been doing this for about 50 odd years. Jay says that in no uncertain terms that if a family focuses just on its quantitative capital, i.e. their assets, their money in the bank, their businesses and so forth, their days are numbered. Because if the resilient muscles of the individuals and the collective are not strong, an external or internal force of disruption will blow their house down. Hands up, come on, everyone, get going. On the count of three. 1, 2, the three little pigs. So I thought this was an analogy that I could use because it's kind of, it's 3:55 in the afternoon. And as I said, it's one that I think we can take away from this conference. And over this 10 minutes, I'd like you to think and contemplate on this one. So we all know this pig. He or she, or let's go with he or she, built its house of straw. The next little pig built its house of sticks. And we all know examples of these two little pigs. And they represent, unfortunately, huge losses of potential, of knowledge, of expertise, and in some case, exits from our industries. Not to mention the family and the relationship fallouts. But let's jump to the third. The third little pig, he made his house of bricks. This is a tale of resilience and how one pig saw value in deliberately investing in building a strong house in preparation for the big bad wolf. And we all know that big bad wolf is lurking. There's been themes about this all day long. Climate, environment, and internally, we're all humans. Relationships, succession. So, to change lanes. My wife and I, Fiona's on the left and down the back here, and I live in Glen Innes in New South Wales with our 4 little children. We've had, and we breed Fullblood Wagyu cattle there. And this has been a project that we've been developing over the last 3 years. We just moved from Brisbane to Glen Innes right before Christmas this year. And I was thinking earlier that anyway, it's been one heck of a ride over the last couple of years, undertaking the Nuffield scholarship, and in that time, we've relocated out of Brisbane. We've both got ag or family in ag backgrounds, but it's been a really fun journey. My Nuffield scholarship has been established by the Future Drought, by the strategic direction of the Future Drought Fund, the Australian government's initiative in drought preparedness and supporting programs to help people and communities get out ahead of adversity. So I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the Future Drought Fund representatives who are here today for your investment in us. Now in its third year, and in Nuffield, investing in Nuffield more broadly. It validates to me the legacy of Lord Nuffield, who established the scholarships to advance people and innovation after the catastrophic events of World War II. It was not lost on me that yesterday we were rehearsing in the MG room here at the Adelaide Oval, of course, MG being Morris Group, or Garages, I think. This opportunity has dovetailed with my professional interest in leadership and performance and mentoring people to become strategic thinkers, people of constructive habits and disciplines to prepare themselves for their futures, their desired futures. This scholarship has afforded me a valuable, hang on, I'm not doing these ones. Here. This scholarship has afforded me a valuable opportunity to deep dive into resilience thinking, connecting with programs such as the Master's Resilience Training Program of the US Army, curated by Dr. Martin Seligman, plunging into theories of mental toughness, and most interestingly of all, connecting with thought leaders on family dynamics, experts in family dynamics, and the families and the members of families themselves all around the world. Learning about their philosophies, their resilience thinking, and their practices and their purpose, their why. There have been so many pinch me moments over this period of time. Our CSC in Campo Grande and Mato Grosso, mind-boggling Brazil. There's representatives here today. The most impressive country whose motto is order and progress. Giant thinkers, giant innovation. Hearing from the likes of the Schaeffer family, the two men standing on their bags of cotton, 38 years ago started out with one header as a contractor and now farming 250,000 hectares. Their cousins, 500,000 hectares of cotton and soya and corn. But it's the size that doesn't impress me so much. It was their attitudes of mind and their interest in their people. They spoke about the Schaeffers, their mottos, we are constantly evolving. They say we honour our past, innovate in the present, and look carefully to the future. Second stop was Paraguay, where I was hosted by a family who I met at Beef Australia in 2009, who over a week opened their family and their businesses like an open book Harvard case study. Extraordinary hospitality and generosity. And third stop, Northern Scotland, meeting His Royal Highness King Charles III, and speaking about his time in Australia and the need for the importance of resilience. We didn't talk family resilience so much. He is, of course, very familiar with this organisation, Nuffield. Change. Fourth stop, Rome, FAO Conference of Food and Security with our GFP group. Very memorable. And a quiet little moment that I had visiting the tomb of St. Jerome. A man who sought betterment. My personal mantra is attributed to him. We can all learn from this. Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is your better and your better is best. So in my report, I've called it 1.1 because there's going to be so many variations to this report. I may even just keep submitting them. The learnings here are very high level. Humans, as we know, we are complex beings, and families are rather complex. There's no one like another. So my learnings were this. To build resilience in an individual and a family takes more than focusing just on financial capital. Jay Hughes, again, family advisor, says, if a family deliberately invests in its qualitative capital together with its quantitative capital, combining the people stuff and the money stuff, they will position themselves to prosper for generations. It's the ability to foster an environment of life. Let's go forwards. I'm all about going forwards. It's the ability to foster an environment of lifelong learning, upskilling and sharing, which is the intellectual capital that we speak of, that Jay Hughes speaks of. Spiritual capital, developing purpose within a group and a family group, and a shared vision. Social capital, developing constructive and supportive communication, and developing strong relationships. Building knowledge about each other. Developing, this is probably the most important point of my topic, and that is developing the trust within a group. Developing the trust of coming together, of forming, of norming, normalising coming together, normalising communication, and working together. Trusting through the times of making easy decisions so that we trust each other to make decisions when difficult decisions need to be made. And human capital, personal growth, and nurturing that growth and mentorship within a group. These are the keys to creating family where everybody thrives. Jay Hughes once more says, when all the boats are rising, there is a purpose and a legacy that is far bigger than financial capital to pass down. Powerful. This is the foundation of resilience. Lockie Hart of Stockyard Beef in Queensland spoke recently at the Royal Queensland Show's Rural Press Club Breakfast. Here, 3 generations on the stage, side by side, Robin Hart, Lockie Hart, and his daughters, Beck and Ali, next generation. Lockie spoke of a family mentoring legacy that's been passed down, very innovative and broad-thinking father and grandfather in Robin. And Lockie talks about passing this passion of his on to his daughters and for the purpose of their children. He quotes Proverb 13:22. A good man gives an inheritance to his children's children. And having met Lockie, I know for a fact that he's not talking about the financial inheritance. An Aboriginal elder, Max, Uncle Max, or Ewan elder, who resided at the Malone Institute, he spoke of his people's culture and cultural philosophy. We have to give it away to keep it. We have to give it away to keep it. In other words, we need to nurture, to grow, to share story. This is a common theme we've heard all day, to share story, to keep thriving. It is this culture, together with governance and law, that has kept his culture alive for some 60,000 years, even with some disruption. Marlon hit the nail on the head this morning, didn't he? When he spoke of surviving resilience. He said, It's an attitude of, it's not about me. Did you hear that? It's not about me. Within the strong brick houses, in which I had the immense privilege of being welcomed into, what did I see in those people? I witnessed care in their tone. I saw clarity in their thoughts. I heard certainty in their speech. I heard confidence in their voice. We heard that last night from Louisa, in the Hill-Smith family. Confidence despite control. I felt calm in their presence. I saw constructiveness in their attitudes. I saw commitment to cooperation with a foundation of legacy and shared vision. I saw an appetite for change. And I saw chains of stealthy, resilient links being established for generations. So, people are at the very core of our businesses. Investing in people and in their qualitative capital is at the very core should be at the very core of our focus to prepare and future-proof you, your people, and your family for generations. So I want you to think about that analogy today, the analogy of the three little pigs, and ask yourself, how strong are my people and how strong is my house? If I can have one more moment, and that is to thank Nuffield Australia Board, the Nuffield management team, and Jody, Tessa and Carol for all of you've done for our cohort, our 2024 cohort. To Fiona, my wife, my gunya, my rock. Thank you for enabling this Nuffield experience for me. Thank you.